And welcome to the stream, Snark. Thanks again for joining.
Sure thing, man. I'm excited to see this.
Yep.
Zain versus Kwos.
So we have here. Oh, let me fix the chat box. Chat box.
Okay.
Should be good. All right. So I have the map generator set up. So we're gonna generate the first map of this series, Best of the 13 RA2 Armageddon, and it's Montana.
Montana first map. Crazy things can happen on this map.
Z.
Let's do it, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So Kwos versus Zain Armageddon mode. Both of these guys are in the Armageddon tournament, and they've got a lot of tough opponents ahead of them. Zain versus Malong next, and Kwos needs to face Mishinov. Mishayanov. I don't even know how to read that. But yeah. So both of these players want to get in shape. They want to, be able to do their maximum in the Armageddon tournament. So we're gonna get a nice series, best of 13 practice games. This should be very, very nice. Now let's get this party started.
Our first map, lag test. Let's see, it's 2 vetoes each. Oh, press caps lock by accident.
1 second here. Is it 2 vetoes each? Where are the veto amounts? 1 second. I'm just trying to find the veto amounts here.
Put the game sound a bit higher. I noticed yesterday the game sounds were very low.
Oh yeah. Well, that's because we were speaking such interesting things. Everybody wanted to hear us. Yeah. All right. So Kwos here.
Yeah.
Under the nick of Ming Li. Says that seems good. Zain agrees. Great. Let's get this party started.
I like this. First leg test, everything's fine. So we're good to go, boys. Game number 1.
Always a good sign.
I know, right? Montana, no vetoes yet for the first map. So here we go.
Yeah, so both players are going to be going Soviet here. And again, these players have some tough opponents ahead of them. They want to get into shape. We want to watch them getting into shape because they're awesome and it's awesome.
It's lovely to see how people are taking the practicing very seriously, taking the tournament very seriously.
Well, Doofus, it's a $1,000 prize for the first place, $500 for the second, and even if poor you only got third place, that's $250, and fourth place is another $125, plus random prizes along the way, plus random surprises.
Yeah, that's a great prize pool.
Epic tournament here. Let's see. So we've got Kwos in the bottom left. He's under the nick of Ming Li. Good old Ming Li. Spam Ming Li in the chat if you think Kwos is gonna win this. And we got Zain in the top right here. He's yellow. All right. So usually what we see on this map, well, right, you capture the airport, you build a war factory off the airport. They're garrisoning their huts like they're supposed to. Yeah, Doofus. Well, what do you think, man?
Yeah, this looks pretty good. And just to react to the chat, there is a cash prize for this series. They are playing for $50 best of the 13 series. So there is something on the line except for practicing for the tournament.
Nice.
They can make money off of this series as well.
Very, very nice. All right. So we've got the drones out. Zain, Kwos going with a double drone opening. And Zain with a single drone opening. 3 miners for Zain. We're going to see Kwos a little bit later on those miners because of these drones. And Kwos gets drones at the bottom left. He tried to get it. Zain didn't get his second drone in. So I guess there was 2 drones there. Let's see on the right here. Kwos also gets his drone in. So both players have successfully droned miners at this point. Kwos fixes his on the service depot here. Zain is already ahead on a miner. And Kwos drones a second miner on the right-hand side here. Wow. All right. So 2 miners droned. They weren't at the same time, so he will be able to save them both. But that's a lot of time that these miners are not mining. So that's very nice for Kwos.
And it's nice to see that they are getting the gems right away as well. We just saw a show match. No, not a show match, a tournament match on MJ's stream where one player didn't even go for the gems next to his base. And you will get so behind on that, but they are not making that same mistake. Zain and Kwos know the maps very well.
Yeah,
So,
I mean,
high
these
quality.
two are no joke.
No.
Yeah. Kwos and Zain, both of them high tier players, very, very high level players. Ooh, but Kwos with questionable tank control there, sending one of his rhinos ahead of the rest and just letting it die early. And another one.
Maybe a third.
Trying to hide behind the conscripts and the miners here, but that was very bad tank control out of Kwos there, and Zain is already ahead. Kwos does put a power drop in the top center there. We'll see if he wins. Nice. Oh, okay, that hurts for Kwos, right? You do not want to lose an early game miner. These gems run out at a certain point, and by that point, you want to have 6 miners because you're going to be on 3 war factories. You're going to want 6 miners. So, Zain also, Zain's on 4 miners, Kwos is on 3. Power drop in Kwos' base. Kwos trying to get something done here with the conscripts, but that dog just gobbles them all up. Yeah. Zain trying to snipe a war factory here with his little para drop. Doesn't look like he's gonna get it. Alright, so he defends that successfully. And yeah, alright, so Zain is now on 6 miners. Like we said, that's what you want to be.
4. Yeah, he's 2 miners ahead.
That's what you want to be when the gems run out. As soon as the gems run out, you want to have 6 miners, or you're going to have eco trouble. And yeah, already we're going to see Zain's production going to be better than Kwos' production because of the extra cash.
Kwos is constantly broke as well. Builds another oil refinery to compensate.
Yep. While Zain, on the other hand, went for a 4th war factory instead. Kwos now moving his MCV to the next ore patch, and Zain with a 2 rhino split at the top here. Let's see if he can get something done with it. Kwos sends 1 rhino to defend that. All right. A bit of staring at each other, sizing each other up. Who has the bigger army?
Yep.
Zain also moves his MCV to the next gem patch, but he's already stretched down to a 3rd one in the bottom. So Zain's position looking a little bit better than Kwos is at the moment. Let's see what happens here, ladies and gentlemen. The army size is more or less even, but Zain will start out producing Kwos very quickly, very soon. Kwos does get another ore refinery on the 3rd ore patch up there. Means he is now on 6 miners, while if you count Zain's miners, he's also sending a few to the one to the gems at the bottom right. If you count Zain's miners, he's on 7 miners. All right, little splits here at the top, trying to get something done. Doofus, I'm liking Zain's position. What do you think?
Yeah, he's stretching much better than Kwos. So his economy is gonna be much better.
Yeah.
Kwos needs to get to that gem patch on top to get an eco boost.
Yep.
To keep up with Zain, because Zain is already stretching down on his side. And
Indeed,
Kwos
I agree with you, but yeah, a little split. Does have rhinos in the area. He should be able to defend that. Kwos backs off. Yeah, I mean, we saw from Woody yesterday how important eco management is, and if you know how to manage your eco perfectly, you will be ahead. Kwos did lose a miner early on, which is very unfortunate, and he had a bit of bad tank control, which is also very unfortunate. Zain now with the radar. What do you think of that? Would you have gone another war factory, or do you like the radar, maybe a few desolators to throw in the mix there?
I don't know. I would have done an extra war factory, to be honest.
All right, Doofus with the war, Zain with the Desos. Top here an engagement, a third split from Kwos in the center. He's going in. Can he get a miner? He gets a miner. He gets two miners, and he gets out. Very nice. In the meantime, these three rhinos in the center, but Zain is going in the bottom. So, and he has way more tanks in the bottom here. So Kwos is going to try to tank control his way out of this one, but I don't see how he possibly can. He's sending his rhinos from the top down to the bottom, but it's going to take them so long to get here.
Loses one power. Zain didn't go for the war factory.
Yeah, so Kwos didn't lose much, and Zain lost two miners up top. But Zain with a split in the center, Kwos counters that split as well. So Kwos holds on here without losing too much, and he did kill two miners off of Zain in the top here. And let's see where this leads. So Kwos, all of his para drops being defensive here, but Zain garrisoning that hut, that's not good for Kwos. And a bit of staring competition down in the bottom here. Zain's like, I'm going in. No, I'm not. He's sending the conscript with fodder first. Very nice. Where are we holding on miners? Kwos has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 miners. Zain has 1, 2, 3, 4.
It's equal.
5, 6, 7 as well. Yeah, it is equal, but Zain was on more miners for longer, and he has 4 war factories. Kwos also has 4 war factories. So I guess they're even there as well. Kwos managed to even out the odds, but Zain with the battle lab, Kwos on the other hand with a 5th war factory coming out.
Zain is stacking up, and Kwos is stretching to his gem patch on the top as well.
Yeah, different strategies, boys and girls. So that's very interesting. Little split here from Kwos, sending 5 rhinos to the top. Maybe try snipe another miner. Zain sees it immediately, sends 4 rhinos to counter that. Power is out for Zain, the nuclear power plant. And I guess we're going to be seeing an IC, right?
Watch the IC, and there it is, IC. Yeah.
There we go, down. Curtain is up. Kwos trying to push up top here. Zain is countering him pretty well. So you'll notice there's 3 groups of tanks constantly going on here. Yeah. These players have to pay attention to 3 spots at once, but Zain says, no, this is too much for me. He wanted to destroy the bridge. He didn't get the kill on the bridge there. Yeah.
This is a large army at the bottom. Both of them have a
huge armies in the bottom here. Not sure who would win that engagement. Kwos opting to go for some drones.
And he's bringing everything to the bottom. Oh,
yeah, Zain's like, I'm teched up. Yeah. I want to camp. I got the tech. You have to come to me. You don't want me to use that IC? Come to me, right? So Zain destroying some of the bridges, going in at the top here. Zain is trying to go in. The drones do go in to counter it. Huge engagement here at the bottom. Who's going to come out on top? Conscripts as fodder in the front, both of them with great micro. Desolators coming out for Zain. Kwos trying to go around here, but I'm not sure his tanks are getting spread out into a line.
Yeah.
Zain might be able to take advantage of this. He crashes into the line. And who comes out on top of this engagement? Interesting tank control here. The conscripts coming in as fodder for Zain. And the drones coming in for Kwos, going to try and get some of... They definitely get quite a few rhinos there. In the meantime, at the top left, Kwos does lose a miner, but Zain is now chasing Kwos out of his base. Kwos doesn't have many tanks left. He might be able to snipe something here on his way out. Yes, he's going for the IC, but
he's going to get it.
And he got the nuclear power plant with another split in the bottom. What is going on? These players are trying hard, but Zain with a split in Kwos' base as well.
Yep.
Yeah. So what is going on? Zain manages to chase Kwos out of his base. He lost his IC, he lost the nuclear power plant, but Kwos lost 3 war factories, I think. So Kwos is down to 2 war factories. He was up to 5 earlier, and Kwos switching into drones, droning a lot of Zain's rhinos here. Zain also getting all of the ore on his side of the map. Kwos still has a gems and patch up top that he hasn't even touched. Zain coming in at the bottom, Zain coming in at the top. And Zain 2 veterans on that cliff there. We're going to watch those veterans if one of them become elite. But Kwos with 5 trillion conscripts. And Zain is going to get another war factory down in the bottom here.
Yep.
Wow. So Zain gets another war factory. And Kwos is down to 1 war factory. Barely any miners. He's got 4 miners on dirt. And it's looking like Zain has got this game.
Yeah.
Looking very, very, very good for Zain here. Zain is even repairing his rhinos on the service depot, which is always a nice touch. It's
Oh, gets the elite on top
oh,
by
we
running
spoke
over
about those
those
veterans. Yeah,
conscripts.
and he gets the elite. So yeah, I think it's like 25% or 50% to repair tanks than it would cost to build a new tank. And Zayn destroying another bridge. You know, he knows he's got the advantage. He's taking up again. He's like, Kwos, you want me? Come and get me.
Yeah.
All right, conscript paradrop from Kwos
Again
here at
in
the
one
right
line.
side.
Those tanks, he brings them back though.
Yeah, is a bit
Ooh.
okay. That tank control at the start was bad for Zayn, but it got much better right after that. And Kwos calls GG.
Oh, Skulls GG. Great game.
Nice. That is game number 1.
It goes to show that Zayn stretching his base did pay off well because he got his economy going really early in the game. And I think just Kwos getting too late to his top patch of gems, maybe.
Yeah, I mean he lost the miner right at the start, right? That already.
So, our next map is gonna be Riza.
La Tanagra's map, a very, very interesting naval map. Now, this was modified for RA2. Originally, in the center, there were tech power plants, but in RA2, we know that tech power plants don't exist. So this is going to be called oil version. You could see at the bottom here, where the tech power plants in the center were replaced with oils, which also means a nice extra eco boost at the start. All players start with pre-captured 4 oils. Now, it's only 500 per oil for the start because it's minus the engineer cost. But that's 12k that the players start with. So there's a lot of options.
Is it battle?
Yeah. This is there's one map that's naval mode.
Okay.
Right, Indonesia, I believe. Now, naval mode, half of the units are disabled. There's no chronosphere. There's no rocketeers. There's no right. It's naval war. There's a lot of things are disabled, but that's the only map that is naval war mode.
Okay.
All the rest are regular. Even though this is a navy map, it was decided right because this is pre-cap, right? And there are bigger land masses. It isn't a lot of little islands that it would stay as battle and not naval war.
Okay, true. Didn't know that. Now I know.
Yeah. Again, we try to mix in a lot of things in this Armageddon tournament. So we definitely got a lot of things mixed up here. The whole random map pick is also makes it very interesting. So yeah, I mean, RA2 is famous that you go allied on naval maps. You do not go Soviet on naval maps in RA2 mode.
Interesting. So both of them going with the USA also. Zain spawns top left. And we have Kwos at bottom right.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe this map has also a SFJ mod, right, Snark?
Well, this map was originally created for an SFJ tournament, but people loved it, and they wanted a regular type as well. So yeah, I mean that's all Jalad, man. He's an amazing map maker. All right,
Thanks,
so Doofus, this is a question I always ask myself, right? On this map, do you build your first refinery in the center, gets the dangerous ore first, and then you know that you have safe ore back at your base, and if you need to chrono your miners away from the center, you chrono them away from the center?
Snark, that's how I play. I would get, if I can build towards the gems or far away from my base, I would rather get those first, and then just camp later on in the game when I know that things will get messy and just ore safely in my own base. But
yeah, so
both players will opt to.
Yeah, exactly. I'm with you, but
base,
but these players built their first refinery safe. Now we're seeing a bit of a different strategy here. Zain going straight naval yard. spamming destroyers. Kwos, on the other hand, went War Factory first. And we're going to see which strategy is better. Zain harassing Kwos' miner in the center here. Kwos spamming pillboxes. And yeah, it looks like this naval attack first is gonna limit Kwos from getting that gems in the center. But Zain hasn't even built a refinery in the center yet. Rocketeers coming out for Zain as well. These destroyers are just destroying these pillboxes. I think Kwos needs to get out of there. Chronos miners back to home base. And spam like 3 naval yards to catch up naval-wise. We're going to see if he's going to do that. I don't want to see Kwos losing any miners in the center here. There we go. He chronos them away.
Them back.
Sells the refinery. Very nice.
Yeah.
So he did manage to mine some gems, and Kwos is now way ahead on miners. Way ahead on miners, although Zain is catching up very quickly. And with naval control, Zain can get all of these center gems uncontested. Rocketeers coming out. Oh, but a Patriot comes out for Zain right next to that oil. Very nice positioning, very nice planning. Kwos is going to head down to the bottom left oil here to try and snipe that instead. Zain is attacking Kwos' oil at the top right, but only with 1 Rocketeer. So we'll see if Kwos can get this bottom left oil, which is also an expansion point. Yep. Boom!
We'll get it.
Kwos does get the bottom left oil. I'm surprised Zain isn't taking advantage of the naval. There he goes. He should be going in here. He knows that Kwos doesn't have as big a navy as he does. Kwos sending in the Rocketeers to reinforce his navy here.
Paradrop.
And a paradrop on top of Kwos' oil. Ooh, it looks like Kwos is losing map control quickly. He does send his Rocketeers to try and deal with that. We do see an Aegis cruiser coming out from Zain.
Ooh, in the meantime, the Rockies from Kwos takes out the War Factory from Zain.
Oh, nice. I didn't even notice that. So, Rocky splits from Kwos. Oh, but he's going to lose his Rocketeers in the center. Ooh. That Aegis cruiser just wrecking. And now these destroyers are going to take out that oil. Looks like they're hitting the cliff, but they do get it eventually. So that oil goes down, and big army of Rocketeers.
Unable to expand to the mid-island now.
No expansion point in the mid-island, and Zain's eco is looking much stronger than Kwos all of a sudden. At the top right here, Kwos loses power because he made a power plant up there. Zain is winning the naval battle big time here. He has map control. He destroyed Kwos' oil at the top right. He destroyed his 2 center oils. Zain still has his 2 center oils. He's eating up all that yummy gems in the center. And Kwos doesn't even have a naval yard anymore. Zain looking like a beast. I don't see what Kwos can do here.
Chronosphere out for Kwos.
Yeah, it does get a chrono up, but is that going to be enough? Oh, nice. So Kwos sneaking his dolphins, taking out Zain's naval yard. And a paradrop in the center here. Might be able to snipe his oil. Zain in the meantime circling Kwos' island, trying to get something. Then gets the oil! And the refinery!
Refinery as well. Yeah, gets it just in time.
Wow. That paradrop, man. And now Kwos is going to spam some prisms to chrono. Zain put up a gap gen. He made his next naval yard at the top left here. And Kwos throwing away his Rocketeers. They're not sure why. Now, Kwos really wants to try and destroy this naval yard before an aircraft carrier comes out. We'll see if he's able to do that. And Zain circling around. Is that Chronosphere in danger? I think it's in danger, man. I think he could snipe that Chronosphere easily.
Oh, Prism Tower.
Prism Tower does go, but that's not enough. There's a lot of destroyers here, and the Chronosphere goes down. No.
Oh, no.
It goes down. Yeah. Naval yard back up for Kwos. Zain's naval yard is about to go down to these sneaky dolphins as well. And that was poor placement of the Chronosphere. Kwos should have placed it somewhere in the center where the destroyers could not reach. That is unfortunate. And yeah, it looks like Kwos needs to move his MCV to try and get another ore patch. Scary with these destroyers.
Yeah, oh.
No, Kwos, what are you doing? Okay, then he's alive. And Zain out with the Chronosphere and the spy set, so he can see what's going on everywhere. He knows exactly what Kwos has and what Kwos doesn't have.
And factory as well.
GG, Kwos calls it.
GG.
Ooh. So the score is 2-1 for Zain.
Game 2.
You know, Zain, you could tell that Zain went into this map. He had a plan. He knew exactly what he was going to do. He executed it, and he did a very good job on it.
So let's go back to the map list. Let's see.
Back to the map list. What is the map generator gonna give us this time?
Third game we have North Waves.
Oh, North Waves. Okay, a very interesting map. Let's see how these again, this map, it's very awkward to play this map. You don't have any comfortable ore. You have like one starting patch, a tiny bit of gems, really a small amount, and then you gotta expand like right away. And the question is, where do you expand to? Right? Do you expand to the close patch? Do you expand to the tiny bit of gems in the center? Do you expand to the further away patch, but there's also gems there? And both players sticking to Allied here. Interesting.
Sticking to Allied, to both to USA. So let's see. Game number 3 on the way, boys. Kwos versus Zain. Best of the 13 Armageddon edit RA2. And Zain is leading the series 2-0.
Yeah, Zain looking like a beast. We have Zain in the top right here, Kwos in the bottom left. As we said, both players have stuck to Allied. Now, I have seen base stretches on North Waves, but usually, and definitely in RE2, you want to move your MCV here. Again, the question is to where? So, again, I feel this map, I never know what to do on this map, Doofus. Is it like, do I want to like try to go heavy eco and respond if my opponent changes something? Or is it all about the early pressure here because your eco is shit either way? I really don't know. I'm expecting early expansion from these guys.
I'm expecting early MCV movement as well, right after
yeah,
War Factory, maybe?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, for sure. Maybe after AFC, I don't know. We'll see if these guys want their para drop.
You might want to have AFC out first, yeah, true.
And let's see the build order of these players. Like, so awkward. You need to build in a square. Look at Zain, right? On any other map, you'd say, is this medium AI, easy AI? Right? But on this map, you really don't have room. So what do you do? And Zain going for the early pressure. AFC is out. Grizzly is out. He's coming in, boys. He's coming in, and he's hungry. Kwos going for a miner first. I hope he sees that Zain is coming in. He needs to react ASAP.
2 Grizzlies on the way.
So Kwos does see it. He switches into Grizzlies right after that first miner. Let's see how he reacts to this Rocketeer here. He decided to go for a second refinery before AFC. The AFC now coming out. And Zain moving his MCV after the second refinery. Yeah, so Zain wants map control. He's all about that map control. He's about that early pressure here. Nice tank control out of Kwos. And Zain coming in here. Let's see. So Kwos can't expand now, and we spoke about how important it is to expand on this map. And Zain is like, no, you're not expanding, but Kwos is like, oh, yes, I am. And he's moving his MCV into these Grizzlies. No, he's moving it back. What's going on? Does Kwos really want to do this? It's going to come down to tank control. Zain is targeting the Grizzlies perfectly. He's coming up on top. Zain wins this engagement, and this is why early pressure is so dangerous here, because it will stop your opponent from expanding. He can't even deploy his MCV. He loses his MCV. Zain has the expansion. Zain has more Grizzlies. Zain in a dominating position here. So what's it going to be? Paradrop comes out for Zain right on top of here. Kwos spamming Rocketeers. Kwos needs to spam anything and everything he's got. Zain is going to get an ore refinery on those juicy gems in the center very soon. And at that point, I mean, what is Kwos going to do?
More gems for Zain as well in the mid.
Yeah, so map control, so important on this map. We spoke about it, how early expansion is so important. And, Zain decided, I'm not going to let my opponent expand, and that paid off. That definitely paid off. But Kwos coming in towards Zain's MCV. He wants to get it. Zain moving. Zain's going to move his MCV and base trade Kwos, which is interesting. Kwos deciding to rush back. I'm not sure about that decision of trying to rush back because you don't have an MCV. You can't rebuild. Kwos needs to clean up this army here and then go in and try and do some serious damage. Zain ults War Factory. Kwos' War Factory goes down. All right, Kwos needs to rush in here and try and get something done, anything done. He left a pillbox back at Zane's expansion. If he forgets about that, that might be a problem. Can Zain defend this? Zain in the meantime moving his MCV around. Kwos coming in with a nice
Oh, he's
army of
going in a
Grizzlies.
line. He's bringing the tanks in a line.
Yeah, but he is
But he's
targeting
still ahead.
nice. He comes out on top, running through those GIs, trying to get these IFVs, not gonna let them snipe his Rocketeers. Okay, the Rocketeers are going in. What's the target? The War Factory is the target here. And, all right, he's gonna get it. He's definitely gonna get the War Factory there. Zain's MCV is AFK hiding behind the tree. I'm not sure about that, Zain. I really am not. But it looks like Kwos wins this.
Oh, Kwos takes it.
Wow, GG. The score is now 2-1. Kwos brings in a W for the win. Very, very nice game there. I thought Zain was winning at one point there, but Zain sacrificed his army for the base trade, lost his entire army, and Kwos just spun right around, did a 180 degrees, and destroyed Zain. What a game.
That was a great match. Let's see, so we're going back to the map generator. So
Back to the map generator.
We just had North Waves, and the next map will be Malibu Cliffs.
Malibu Cliffs. All right.
Here we go. Money talk.
All right. Nick with the donations.
Nick's been donating the entire stream. Thanks, bro.
We love you, Nick. Keep up the donations. Guys, I know Doofus has said this before. Any donations you put into this stream will go right back in it to get these awesome epic show matches. So donate, put it in, get us that entertainment. We love watching this.
Well,
Kwos,
I'm gonna do a revenue reveal maybe after this month to see how much I really made on Twitch, just to show you guys that you shouldn't quit your full-time job to do this, boys. Really, you're gonna go broke really fast. All right, here we go, boys. Game number 4.
Yeah, game number 4. So the score's 2-1 for Zain. Now, you will notice that Kwos switched into Soviet. Zain stayed as allied. Zain with a, preferred position in the top right here. Kwos in the left here.
We spoke about this yesterday with Frank, correct?
Yeah.
So
again, the feeling is...
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'm saying, all right. So look, both players, first of all, start with 2 ore patches and a gem patch, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I want you to look at the 2 ore patches in the top right. They're
Right.
pretty close.
Yeah.
The 2 ore patches, they're pretty close. Let's look at the 2 ore patches in the left.
Mm-hmm.
One is like really far away. The top one is really far away.
Yeah.
Right? So that's one discrepancy.
Mm-hmm.
The second one is expansion. You want to talk about that? The expanding?
Yeah. The allied player Zain on the right can just expand towards the bottom twice. So he doesn't need to go back. And then in the meantime, Kwos, if he opts to move to the right, and then his next expansion, yes, he has to go back to top left. So it's farther away.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. So so definitely the left position here is preferred. But Kwos is no joke.
Right? So the right side.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Top right. Yeah, top right is the preferred spot usually. The only sort of balanced out thing is that the ore patches in the top right are on a hill, so you can't get a refinery like right next to them. So that's like the only thing that sort of makes it okay, but not really at the end of the day. All right, so we got a fast expansion out of Kwos. Zain deciding not to fast expand like we usually see players do on this map. Mm-hmm. So we're gonna see what his plan is to catch up eco-wise. He did put a dog there to block Kwos' refinery, and even micros the dog away. Beautiful. Yeah. But Kwos does get the refinery down. That miner isn't on gems. It's currently on ore. I hope Kwos notices that, because if he's going to go rhinos now on 4 miners, he's going to want that eco boost. Zain countering him, noticing the rhinos. He already has grizzlies out. He has a rocketeer out. Let's see what Kwos' plan is. He does micro his miner back on gems, so he should have the nice eco boost that he's looking for. Zain, on the other hand, on 5 miners and now expanding. So yeah, we're gonna
War
see.
Factory out. Zain expanding indeed to his next gem patch. Pre-Rocketeer? Nope. Gets it away in time. So would you really go allied on this map, Snark?
I mean, I don't know. It has the choke points, right, for the power drops. Rocketeer's coming in here, by the way.
Yeah.
It has the choke points for the power drops, right? So that's very nice. You can see Zain dropping his power drops here next to the bridges. And
Wait for the
Kwos doesn't...
barracks.
Oh, that barracks is going down.
Yep. And Kwos with a miner there on top, like long distance mining.
Really long distance mining. I mean, crazy long distance mining. And these Harriers being really annoying here. This Harrier. So Kwos, what's the plan, bro? I mean, he's on 2 war factories, but Zain is now getting all those yummy gems there. And, you know, Zain is on 6 miners, while Kwos is only on 5. We're going to see what Kwos's plan here is. Zain heading towards the bottom here. And these... I guess Allied is good because the Rocketeers, they could come and leave over these cliffs and just drive you crazy.
The water
Harrier
as well.
coming in.
Harrier coming
Yeah.
in. It's gonna go
Rocketeers
after
heading to the
flag.
left here. Oh. Oh, snipes, that's damage flag.
Ooh,
And
the
the,
Rocketeers are going down.
yeah, nice micro there out of Kwos with a flag check. And Kwos, you know, pushing in here, pushing in. Zain positioning the GIs very nicely.
Goes in.
Kwos deciding to push with the GIs. Not sure that's the best idea. That's fodder and that's damage that these rhinos are taking. Who comes out on top? We know that rhinos are much better than these plastic tanks, but it looks like Zain comes out on
Zain
top.
comes out on top.
Kwos needs to back off, and Zain is going to push this. No, he's going to back off. Most of his Grizzlies are damaged. He knows he's happy to take that engagement. A flat cannon does come out for Kwos here. And Zain's gonna try to come around here and do some damage. Oh, all right. One of the Harriers goes down. Zain trying to push you on the miners. There's an elite flag track here, but that's a lot of Rocketeers, Doofus.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and Kwos is low power, ladies and gentlemen. And he's about to lose a power plant, which is going to make him fall even further behind. Remember, when you are low power, everything you make produces at 50% of the speed. Oh, Kwos has 2 miners here.
Miner.
These miners are important, but Zain backs out. He saves it with 1 tick of health. Zain trying to push in here, trying to micro his way out of this. Who has the better tank control here? Looks like Kwos is going to come out on top with these
Kwos came out on
rhinos.
top. Most of the Grizzlies were damaged from the previous battle.
Yeah. Zain's not sticking around, you know, trying to push here. More Grizzlies rushing in, you know. Zain with 3 war factories and a lot of money. Rocketeers coming into the left here. Harriers coming in, being annoying. Damaging the rhinos. Zain, you know, again with dominant map control. We've seen this every game. Zain grabs map control and he never lets it go. And it's a big advantage. It's a big advantage. It's the name of the game. On the other hand, we saw Woody yesterday who doesn't care much about map control and just, you know, fine, take map control. I'll react to what you do and win. Not in all games, but in several games we saw him not care about map control, so...
War
control is
factories out for
crucial,
Kwos. If he can keep his eco going, he will catch up to Zain.
Yeah, but Zain now expanding. Now, we spoke about this expansion, right? Zain only needs to move down here, and his tanks are already in position to defend it. And he's going to get that 3rd gem patch. Now, Kwos, if he wanted to expand, he would have to send his MCV all the way up to the top left.
Mm-hmm.
So, Kwos holding on here. We're going to watch his eco, see if it hits 0. So far, he hasn't hit 0. And Kwos is moving his MCV. Now, watch this MCV move. How much time it takes it to get to the top left there. He might stop in the ore patch in the center first. We're going to see about that. Harriers, all of them missing.
They're missing.
Yes,
For
if
the
you
power,
know how to
get the
dodge.
power.
Oh, nice. Gets the power, but loses a lot of tears. Not sure that was worth it. And, you know, Kwos looking with a scary army here. It's rhinos. It's not plastics. So Zain needs to start being scared, but he has teched up. Not sure why he deployed his MCV in the middle of the wasteland there. Like, there's nothing there.
Yeah.
Zain deciding to destroy the bridge. Yeah, so Kwos's next expansion point is on the center ore there. He doesn't want to waste the time going all the way up to the gems there. And I did hear a spy somewhere. Yeah, so notice that spy next to the AFC. Do you see that?
The AFC.
To the left of the AFC now.
Oh, okay, yeah. Gonna walk all the way around.
Yeah, so Zane's going to try and spot. We're going to keep an eye on that and see if he manages to get anything done. Kwos trying to bank a push here in the bottom. But with those GIs, the fodder, the mirages, he decides it's not worth it. He might lose a few rhinos here from bad tank control. All right, doesn't lose much, doesn't lose much. Harrier's coming in.
Ooh.
Oh, getting a free rhino here. That spy is getting close. Does Kwos see it? Does Kwos see it? I don't think he does. And
Yeah, he sees it, gets it.
Nice. All right,
With the
so that
miner.
sneaky little spy doesn't get in. And Kwos is hitting 0 here, Doofus. I don't like that. He keeps hitting 0, which is definitely not good.
Much better.
And Zain, you know, 4 miners on that extra gem patch is pretty sweet.
Yep. His eco's gonna be booming.
Sweet.
And meanwhile, he is building mirages, so.
Yeah, but Kwos is getting those desolators out. We're gonna see if we could successfully use them to destroy Zain's army. Let's see. So far, we've had a very nice game, but the ore purifier in RA2, the ore purifier is super powerful because Soviets don't have an industrial plant in RA2 mode, so they can't counter this this ore purifier, which means that Zain will be able to spam War Factory. Zain is on 8k. Kwos is just over 1k, hardly holding steady here. And one of his ore patches is about to run out. So these desolators coming in, the Rocketeers coming in to try and snipe these desos. Does deal with those GIs there. And we'll see what Kwos can do. Can he push in here?
10k.
Yeah, with that ore purifier, 10k. I mean, Zain is rich, and he's starting to get this juicy new ore patch. Kwos, all of his ore patches are running dry, spamming flak cannons everywhere to try to defend himself.
To get that elite, gets the elite flak.
Get the elite. Does lose a Harrier in return, but does get the elite. And yeah, here come the Desos. Here come the Desos. Oh, I think that did more damage to Kwos than it did to Zain. The Rocketeers are going to clean up these Desolators, which is unfortunate for Kwos. He needed them. Kwos is teching up. He does get the IC out. We're going to see what else he does with this. And Zain, you know, Zain has already been teched up for a while. He's 7k steady.
He got his spy in also. That IFE in his base had a spy in it. He's getting veterans.
Oh, really?
He's getting veterans of the War Factory.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. So now he's getting veteran Grizzlies. Huge army of Rocketeers coming in here. All the Harriers go down for free. That's unfortunate. And yeah, these veterans, I mean, this is going to be a problem for Kwos if he's not careful. So we're going to see how he reacts. Prism Tower's coming up. Oh, and the Rocketeers snipe that all-important ore refinery. This IV is just being annoying here.
Yeah.
Just annoying. All right, takes it out. And little splits from Zain heading up to the top here. We're going to see what he does with this little group here. Now, those veteran Grizzlies so fast. One of the veteran upgrades. Yeah, well, one of the veteran upgrades is that they do move faster. So you're going to see these Grizzlies just zooming across the map. Kwos desperately needs to make a move here, but he can't. There's nothing much he can do. The IC will be ready now. And this split coming from the top here. Let's see what it gets done. Kwos does notice it. He sends a few rhinos to deal with it. And he doesn't want to waste his IC, right? He wants a juicy IC. He wants it to be used in the optimal position. Yeah, the Grizzlies at the top here coming in. There is a drone there. Oh, going to try and snipe the MCV. The Rhinos are going to rush in to try and defend, but I think if he dies for it, he gets it. The MCV goes down. No more expansions for Kwos. Wow. Wow. That's insane. So Kwos deciding to return the favor with sending those split Rhinos back to Zain's base. Zain sends a huge group of Grizzlies to counter it. More than enough, especially since they're veteran. And Kwos needs to back up, and he knows it. Kwos is going to split in the center here. He's going to split in the bottom. Three-way split going on here, gents. Zain trying to push here in the top with those veterans. Again, veterans are very good. They don't...
Is he used yet?
Oh,
or
the IC.
Oh, finally.
He's used in the center here. Zain destroying Kwos' army at the top. Gets an elite. With those veterans, you get elite so fast. And again, Kwos trying to destroy Zain's army here. Looking pretty good for Kwos in the center here. Gets a lot of veterans. The Rocketeers are going to come in, though, and Zain going in to Kwos' base. Kwos desperately trying to defend while attacking, and Zain is in his base. The Rocketeers doing so much damage to these Rhinos. Pop, 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 pop. So many of them go down.
When the split goes wrong for Kwos.
Yeah, and 2 elites for Zain now.
2
Those elites, man. You do not want to mess with those elites. Kwos is losing miners left and center. He's down to 6 miners, all of them mining dirt. So his production, his money, if you'll notice, is on 0. Zain chilling on 8k. So that's the power of the ore purifier in Red Alert 2 mode.
And just pumping every second, pumping a new Grizzly out of the War Factory.
Yeah, and these veteran Grizzlies, right, they can go to toe-to-toe with the Rhinos any day. So Kwos really needs to match Grizzly for Rhino, but these Grizzlies are coming out so fast. I don't think he can. And he reverts to drones to try and save the situation here. Split up top. We're going to have an engagement in the top left as well. Zain just running through three-way split, so we got at the top left here. Yeah, coming through mid. Diving for the power. Diving for the power, and he gets it! Wow, so Kwos has no IC anymore. Top left. Tanks are kind of AFK.
Top left. 2 elites
Yeah,
for Kwos top left.
Yeah, 2 elites for Kwos top left. So, Zain is in Kwos' base. Kwos is down to 3 war factories. Sells 2 of them to try and get some money. He's going to try and push him into bottom. But with the Mirages, the Prisms, the GIs, I don't see him being able to do anything, if I'm being honest.
No,
He is pushing at the top with the 2 elites as well. We're going to see if he could get something done with these 2 elites. Now, 2 elites are scary. They will destroy things super fast. Rocketeer's coming to try and deal with this. AFC's going to melt. What's the next target here? What's the next target? Going for the miners. Okay, interesting. Zain pushing him with the Mirages in the bottom here. Gets another miner there. But these Rocketeers get one of the elites. And Kwos just quits.
He's out.
Woo!
That spy really paid off. Getting those veterans in.
Yeah. Score goes 3-1 for Zain.
3-1 for Zain in this best of the 13 RA2 tournament practice Armageddon edit. That's a mouthful, boys. Let's see. Let's go to the map generator.
Yeah, back to the map generator. Let's see what comes up here.
So we have our next map will be Tiger Bay pre-cap.
Okay, Tiger Bay. What a map. Another map that I never have come to a conclusion how on earth yeah, I mean, Zain says Malibu is not a balanced map and should not be in the pool, but yeah, Malibu is a map that needs to be solved because it's a very well played standard map.
We have our first veto, boys.
Okay.
From
Okay, so both are.
Kwos.
They are simulating a round 1 match in the Armageddon tournament in the World Championship, so they do get 2 vetoes each here.
The next map will be Pacific Heights.
Yeah, Pacific Heights. All right, so.
Am I writing it wrong? Oops, I don't have it. I don't have the next map. Pacific.
Should I send it over to you?
Yeah, could you?
Yeah, let me make sure I have it. If you don't have it, that's a little bit sus.
In the meantime, let me get something to drink.
All right.
And I'll be right back.
All right, chat. What do we think? Can Kwos pull out a win here, or is Zain just too OP? Val, if I see you in the chat, how you doing, man? People
Map.
taking this Armageddon thing very seriously. I sent you the map, Doofus.
All right, thank you. Let's
Yeah, so Nick, you bet. Nick, I'm sorry, you bet $100 on Kwos? But you say you bet it against yourself. Okay, that's interesting. Let's see.
where do I have it?
Mm, 1 second. Okay, this should be this, like this. Okay, sorry about that. So, chat. What do we think? Oh, thanks, this. I appreciate it, bro. Yeah, Bal, I gotta agree, right? You're down 3-1 to Zain. Your confidence levels start to be questionable.
Load. Map loaded successfully, but I still can't find it.
So search again.
You
Maybe
go zero and I
I'm
go
gonna have a
errand,
look
die
here
right
in the
away,
map
kind regards,
file. Have a look at the
madman.
name.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa. What is this? Okay. This is not your problem, man.
Wait, maybe
This
I.
no, this is not your fault at all.
Oh,
This looks like an issue. Give me a second here. Wow, that's interesting. That is interesting. Give me 1 second.
yep. Take your time, bro. Let me let the players know.
I'm gonna have to upload this into the Discord because this map got deleted. Well, I'm glad we're finding out that this map is an issue here instead of in an actual tournament matchup. Give me a sec to deal with this. This is interesting. Let's see here.
As we are figuring this out, I can keep the boys entertained with, you know what? With the
Clips of the week.
clips of the week, boys. Yep, let's do this, and we'll be right back.
All in a row. Nah, that's fucked up.
I wish if I was Doofus now.
Oh my, give me sword.
Our ally is under attack.
Nope.
I missed. Oh shit.
Got him.
Bruh.
Iron curtain activated. Our base is under attack. Unit promoted. Low power. Warning. Genetic
Oh, you already used his shield.
Warning. Nuclear missile launched.
Oh,
Unit
wow.
That sounds like a double.
That's a double, yeah.
Our base is under attack.
Oh my god,
Unit
dude.
lost. Our
No.
ally is under attack.
Oh, save it. Wow, Jesus.
Repairing.
Blueprints ready.
New construction options.
Boys, we're back.
Okay.
Syndrome, thanks for the bits, bro.
Syndrome, the man. All right. Let me.
Yes.
We might have an issue here. I'm gonna send you another map. Try and load it in. If this doesn't work, then I'm gonna have to redo this completely.
It is a map issue?
No, it looks like the version of the map that I downloaded was created from Mental Omega. Or something like that. I'm trying to look at this map file. Try and load it in. Tell me.
I'm trying to load it. This one is not 0 bytes. The last one was 0 bytes.
Yeah. I know. No, I made a program that just takes the entire map list and turns it into the Armageddon map list.
Ooh.
And it looks like my program doesn't work on this map, and I'm trying to understand exactly why.
To load it back in.
I might have to run the program from the console to.
Let's see. Edit. Oh, I got it now. Yes, all right.
All right, let's have a look at this. All right, we're gonna play this and see if there's anything funky about it. Hopefully there is not, and this is all good. Yeah, we're gonna have a look.
Very good. Zain has to ready up, and then we're off to game number 5, boys. Bit of an issue, but we got it fixed thanks to Snark.
Yeah, let's hope. Let's see. Okay. Which Derek's for who? Well, I mean, this isn't pre-cap.
Same island, I think, or no pre-cap. Oh, right versus left, maybe.
But no,
Nice. Did I figure out?
I think. Wow, this is I'm not sure because the rules state that no NG eat, but there's 4 oils. There's like 2 oils in each starting position.
Let me show the map.
I'm gonna have to ask. I'm gonna have to ask Gaoki and Frank about this map. Who gets which oils?
Okay, so
Because the rules are no NG. Does clockwise make sense that each player should get your starting position and clockwise starting position?
Yeah, that should be. Yeah, I think that's. Yeah, understandable. Yeah, let's try that. Okay. So here we go, boys. Game number 5.
Again, gonna definitely have to ask Frank and Gaoki what their plan was for this map. Yeah, so that's gonna be a map issue. We're gonna have to move on, and I'm gonna have to deal with this map issue.
Okay, so we're going to the next map. Let's see, boys. So glad we figured that out right now and not an attorney. Okay, so the next map will be Reaching the Peak.
Reaching the peak of perfection.
Yep.
Oh, all right. This is a new Chinese map. Reaching the peak of perfection. Yeah, so this is a map that, the Chinese said we have a few maps that we play in all of our tournaments that are very good. So, we said, show us what you got. And this is one of the maps they sent us, and we love it. I think this is This is a very, very interesting map, right? Because you're starting close to your opponent on the one hand. You know, it's forcing you to build towards your opponent. The expansion points are like, you know, out of the way, so it's very easy to sneaky split them. You really got to be on top of your game in this map. You really got to be on top of things, notice everything that's going on, and really react well if you're going to be playing a pro player here.
It's
So,
not a big
yeah.
map either.
No, not a very big map. Not a very big map at all, but I've seen some very interesting games on this. So Kwos is going to be Soviet. Zain is going to be Allied here. Don't know about Allied on this map.
Ooh.
I guess we're going to find out. I guess we're going to find out.
Plus, there's Navy syndrome
Well, Navy here, I don't know, man.
on top here.
I mean,
Well, you know,
not really.
we might see a chronosphere to this river right here, maybe. No, I don't think so.
Yeah, so people were talking to me about this map. They say, how hard is it to get a stalemate situation? All right, what happens if you know, the right side player makes a naval yard on top in the water, the top right there?
Yeah.
What does a Soviet player do if an Allied player decides to chrono his MCV to the top right island there?
Yeah, true.
Now, most of these situations I doubt will really come up, but it's something to think about. Kwos, early pressure coming in here. 2 rhinos, 3 rhinos. Pushing in, the pillboxes
Yep.
go up, Rocketeers are coming out. So, yeah, I mean, Kwos, some serious pressure here, but
Double
he's
pillbox.
fighting behind the pillboxes.
Pillbox, he has to
Not
go
a
in
good
front. Yep.
not a good look for him there. And Zain already on 3 miners. Kwos also on 3 miners with the heavy pressure. He's going to go down. He's going to get the FC. Does Zain try to defend it, or does Zain try to go in and do some damage of his own? Tries to do nothing, I guess.
oil?
Going for the oil. Goes for the oil. Does he get the oil? The Grizzlies are coming down. Okay,
Switches to
Kwos
the
micros.
Yep.
Clicks on the Grizzlies. Very nice. Clicks on the wrong Grizzly.
Yep.
Then clicks again on the wrong Grizzly. Oh, that micro was not the hottest thing I've ever seen, but Kwos still looks like he's going to come out on top here from this engagement. One of his rhinos are dead. There we go. It goes down. And, all right, so Zain holds, and he doesn't lose anything. Kwos should have gone for the AFC, not the oil.
The oil just took a while to destroy. Didn't even get it to half health. I was going in for the AFC.
Yeah,
That's a
all right.
better
So he's going to
choice.
get the AFC from the cliff here.
Meanwhile, Zain is going for a base trade. He's going
Yeah.
straight for
Alright,
his
so-
base.
Yeah, so Zain is going to head in. Kwos is going to try to take out that oil and defend at the same time. I'm just getting from chat here that Baltha and Solves are dire confirming that you can't even make a naval yard on this maps. Oh, no stalemate issue here, and sad for Syndrome, no naval.
No naval for Syndrome.
Yeah. And Kwos is behind Zain's base here, right at the back. Zain decides to rush back to defense. So Zain lost his oil, lost his AFC, rebuilt his AFC on 4 miners. Kwos is on 4 miners as well. 2 war factories, and
Rhinos. Oh, re-snipe from Zain on that miner right there from the cliff.
yeah, I
And
mean,
more from Kwos. It does look good for Kwos. Did Zain sold his MCV?
Zain sold. Yeah, Zain knows he's in trouble. He sees his
Yeah.
eco. He sees Kwos' army. He's like, I need to make a move, and I need to make a move now. Yeah, Val, that was a hypothetical. I'm not actually worried about people chronoing their MCV to an impossible to reach position. That was, again, a hypothetical. So Zain's going to push in here. Going to snipe the power
first.
plant first. Going to get the war factory next. No, he decides to back out here.
Oh,
No, I think that was a good move. He would have lost some Grizzlies there, and he cannot afford to lose a single Grizzly at this point. Desolators come out at the bottom here.
Desolators
So,
out. Yep.
oh, nice. So that zones Zain out, forces Zain to go into Kwos' rhinos there. And Rocketeers coming in to deal with these Desolators, and the Desolators get more chip damage on these Grizzlies. Zain did not want that to happen. A lot of Rocketeers here. Okay, Flak Track is there to counter them. Very, very nice.
Anybody's game still.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
those Rockies are gonna do some damage on that war factory.
Yeah, but it looks like Zain is gonna walk these GIs in front of his Grizzlies. Oh, Desolator does come out. Zain needs to back off a little bit here. And the Rocketeers do get the Flak Track. They're gonna get the War Factory in the bottom. Get the War Factory. Wow. Will Zain pull out a win here? It was looking so good for Kwos. We're gonna see very, very soon. Desolator comes out in the front here. That's a nice Deso. Again, Grizzlies do take nice damage from Desolator. Kwos is about to lose his oil. He's not repairing it. Now he's repairing it, but he loses it already. So the oil goes down. He's on 4 miners, but he still has money, so he should be okay. Zain also producing Harriers as well. He's gonna march those GIs in front of his army. You can see there's control attacking the ground to group them up. Yeah, here comes the Deso. And the Harrier's already there to counter it. No, he doesn't.
Yeah,
okay, he does get the Harrier. Another Desolator comes out immediately, but this is a lot of money Kwos is wasting, right? He's broke.
He's broke.
He can't afford to keep making Desolators and keep losing them. Right, and that's exactly what Zain wants him to do. Keep making Desos instead of making Rhinos. Next Harrier comes in. Gets the Deso. Not looking hot for Kwos. Does Kwos need to sell his MCV here? Maybe. Zain sold his. Not the worst for a Soviet player to sell after an allied player sells.
The next Harrier for that Deso.
Harrier comes in, but Zain's micro so good. He's watching those Flak Tracks. Oh! I take that back. Loses the Harrier. Unfortunate for Zain here.
Paradrop in the back for Zain.
All right. Coming in. Let's see. Can Zain push this? Can Zain push this? The Desolator. Oh, he loses the Desolator to the GIs.
Loses all his.
You hate to see it, right? When you move your Desolators a little too close to those GIs. Just a little bit too close. And then they die. But that Paradrop taking out the all-important refinery for Kwos. So Kwos...
It wasn't that important anymore. He already mined all of his ore there.
That's true. It was pretty much dirt at this point. He has expanded to the bottom left here. Zain splitting off here. Kwos sending all of his Rhinos to counter that split. We'll see if Zain goes in.
No.
Zain should go in and snipe the War Factory at this point. We'll see how Kwos reacts. He sells the MCV. But he loses War Factory. Desolator comes out. No, he wants to get the last refinery. Kwos cannot make any more money. Kwos needs to push, and he needs to push now or it's over. Zain is still making money. He's still producing Rhinos. Kwos can't make any more money, and he's broke. That Desolator was very nice. Made Zain lose a lot, but Zain has a scary army of Grizzlies here. And with those GIs acting as fodder and damage, Kwos is going to try and go around the GIs here, but it looks like Zain has many more Grizzlies than Kwos has Rhinos here, and the tank control is not optimal. Zain comes down on top, Kwos quits, and the score is 4-1 for Zain.
4-1 to Zain.
Yeah. Chris, explain that. What do you mean a stalemate on Golden State Freeway? Yeah, Syndrome. I gotta agree with you, Syndrome. That was a great game. So I don't know what it is about this map, but it produces good games, Doofus. It feels simple, but there's something about it that's just pretty and it works.
That's true. I liked it as well. And no, but I really thought Kwos had that one with the early oil snipe. I thought he's gonna win it also. He was in front in the beginning.
Yeah, it was looking good for him. It definitely was.
Next map will be Golden State Valley. So Zain switching back to Iraq.
Oh, interesting. All right, Chris, don't give away the secret. I hope that doesn't happen. Here we go, Golden State Valley. And I guess allied on the snap is not his forte. Let's let's see what these bad boys do here.
Top left for Kwos, bottom right for Zain. Zain is up 4-1, and this is the 6th match in the best of the 13 RA2 Armageddon series.
Yeah, that means that the first to 7 wins the series. Proud owner of 50 brand new dollars.
Yeah.
And
Crispy $50 bill, y'all.
Yep. And Zain is up. He's up 4-1. Kwos is down. Kwos needs to do something here to try and get it back in the game. We're gonna see what he can do. So yeah, both players getting their oil. Again, Armageddon rules is no NG eat. Even though no NG eat doesn't work in Red Alert 2 mode, so you can't even tick it. And there was also an argument made that even if you could, all right, well, once again, we're just seeing a dog block here from Zain. Kwos has to put a sentry gun to get rid of that dog, sell the sentry gun, and only then put up the war factory. That definitely slowed him down. So we're just seeing all the moves being used here. But as I was saying, first of all, no dog engineer kill doesn't work in RE2 mode. Yeah. Right? So even if we wanted to tick that, it's not an option. Second of all, there was the argument made, well, you want to be able to defend NGs with dogs, right? Yep. So even if it did work, you wouldn't want it on. So there's a gentleman's agreement that on any map that isn't pre-capture, no NG.
Correct. Right, and so, that only applies to your oil, correct? So, like, let's say Zain is not allowed to send an NG towards the oil to the left, where Kwos
clearly,
because that's not his oil. So then...
Zain droning the miner, but also getting a few hits with a rhino on it. That means it's impossible for Kwos to save it, especially since he droned another miner in the center, and he's coming in with another rhino. If he dives for that miner, he's gonna get it. Kwos loses that miner in the top. And Zain with the heavy pressure here.
Goes for the power, is gonna get it. Oh, leaves it at 1
Yeah.
health.
So yeah, Zain also gets his miner droned. But oof, not looking hot for Kwos. Wait, what else just got droned? Okay, so Kwos returned the favor to Zain, drone a miner in the center and drone a miner in the bottom. We're gonna see if Zain can save it. It was a bit apart, so if he immediately made another service depot, he should be able to save the bottom one as well.
He's not gonna save it.
But no, he is not gonna save it. There's no way. He might get the next one. No, all right, it doesn't get it. It died right on top of the ore rift, so it doesn't get it. Splitting. 2 rhinos going to the top left here for Kwos. Gonna try and snipe that rhino, and going in the center as well on a miner as well. Oh, Kwos doesn't know where to go.
Nope.
Kwos loses the miner in the top. Kwos sells. He knows he's in a desperate situation. Zain going in with a great tank control in the center here, and Kwos just quits.
Yep.
Wow.
Zain was dominating from the beginning. And takes it to 5-1 on Golden State Valley. We didn't even get to explain the entire NGE rule, bro.
Yeah. Anyway, at the end of the day, no dog engineer kill doesn't work in RE2 mode, and there's a gentleman agreement. Any dog that eats an NG that's supposed to get tech is an immediate re.
Yep.
Yeah, so Kwos saying he's not sure what he's doing. He does seem to be a little bit off. The score is now 5-1 for Zain. 2 more games and he wins.
And the next map will be Tour of Egypt.
Tour of Egypt. Wow. All right. Syndrome. Glad they're brand new dollars. Not those old used ones.
I don't pay in singles either. That's meant for something else.
Yeah, so Niet Van To Passing. I'm just gonna call you Niet.
Niet van toepassing. That's Dutch for what is it? Niet van toepassing means it's not available or not applicable here, something like that.
All right. So Anyway, Niet, yeah, I mean,
Not
you should just
inevitable,
know
yeah.
that there was an insane amount of effort put into this. All right, Gauki and Frank and Balf all put in a lot of effort thinking about the rules. Spent days arguing this rule, that rule, how to do it, how not to do it. The map list was gone through and argued about. Several maps were brought up and cancelled and brought up again. The amount of effort that was put into preparing this tournament to make it the most professional it can possibly be is insane. So huge shout out to those guys.
Yeah, huge effort from a lot of people.
Yeah, really, really an insane amount of effort. And yeah, I think the rules that they came up with and the maps that they came up with, all in all, will produce great series and great entertainment. All right, so Zain going with an interesting amount of conscripts right off the bat. We're gonna see what he plans to do with that.
Zain spawns in the mid. Is that better? I would think it's better. He can stretch to both gems, right?
Yeah, I feel like mid is a little bit better, but we'll see. We'll see if it pays off. We'll see what his build is. But
even if he moves, his MCV is much closer, so it does take off a few seconds. I think he's gonna stretch to the other gem patch as well. And Kwos does move MCV.
yeah, Kwos has to. And we'll see. It doesn't slow him down that much, right? People always talk about moving MCV. It takes exactly 3 seconds to move your MCV. 5 seconds, right? Especially on this map. Kwos puts in a sentry gun there. Scared of Zain's drone because he wants to make the refinery, but he knows that he might have to make a service depot, so he decides putting down a sentry gun is better there. We're gonna see in a second what's going on here. Zain is ahead on miners, but only by a little bit here, and he's distance mining, so that's the trade-off for spawning in the middle. And whoa, Kwos clicks that drone, gets it, very nice. Zain does chase off Kwos' drone as well, so it looks like we're not gonna get anybody droned this game so far. Kwos' drone is still alive, but it's damaged. So one hit from a Rhino or one hit from a miner will take it down. Kwos pressuring here, putting on the pressure. If Kwos can target the miner and set the drone in, but the Rhino take out the drone, but the miner does go down.
Yep.
A bit of micro here. Let's see. Kwos does come out on top from this engagement. So Zain down a miner and down some tanks. So Kwos is on 4 miners. Zain is only on 3. And Zain, not mining that bottom gem patch. Not sure what that is about.
That's
Moving his
miner
conscripts.
over
Yeah, now he does. Very nice. Making some conscripts. Not sure what Zain's plan is here.
there. Drone out as well. He might try a mid-game drone like we saw Woody do. Well, Woody was droning the entire game, so... That was something
and
else.
the drone comes in. Very nice. So Zain has a miner drones now.
Awesome.
And Kwos just looking in a dominating position, forcing Zain to make the service depot, sending in 1 Rhino to all of those conscripts and some dogs and cleaning them all up. So, and Kwos gets droned as
Kwos
well.
gets droned.
Wow, so these mid-game drones, man, they're the new meta. They are so annoying to deal with. You're building your 3rd war factory, and all of a sudden, no, cancel it. You got to make a service depot, right?
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck?
It's just ruining your build order, not just in the beginning of the game, but the entire game. That's something new.
Yeah. And you know what I haven't seen, and I was expecting to see after last night?
But
miners out of the war
Miners.
factories.
Yeah.
Miners out of the war factories.
Miners
Doofus, I was
mid-game.
expecting to see that.
Mhm.
Right? You see, you know what Kwos could easily do now? Just spam 2 miners out of this war factory, no problem.
Yep, he's way ahead. He's really way
Alright.
ahead.
I guess he doesn't need to, but it's something he can do, and it will guarantee his win. Radar comes up, and we're going to see Zain is trying to push you with a huge amount of conscripts. I am expecting a Desolator to come out. That is what the radar is for. We're going to see it's going to come down to tank control here. Can these conscripts be effective fodder? The sentry guns come up. The conscripts are killing each other. The forward barracks position comes up. Okay,
Zain
and
with
Zain
his
comes in
own
with his own
Desolator.
Desolator. So Zain zoning out Kwos here, but the Desolator does go down. And Kwos way ahead on take numbers. Diving for the MCV, Zain. What are you doing? I'm not sure that's a good idea. Bad tank control there for Zain. But the
Russian
fodder
Necklace,
doing
yeah.
work. The fodder doing work. Look how many hits
Gonna
those
get this
Desolators are
MCV.
taking. Oh, and Zain loses all of his rhinos. Doesn't even get the MCV. And that's a GG. So Kwos gets another point, ladies and gentlemen. We got a series here. The score is
Easy,
5.
Freaky Gamer, thanks for the donation, bro.
Very nice. Oh, Jay-Z Freaky Gamer with the donation.
Yep,
Thank you very much, my man. Keep up these donations, fellas. And this will help Doofus keep on streaming these epic matchups.
It will definitely help me out a lot. And we have J-Card in the chat as well. Buddy J-Card in the house.
J-Card, how you doing, bro?
So, let's see, we're going back to the map generator. It is 5-2. The next map will be Glowing Waters.
Glowing
And I
water.
like this map a lot. It's just a lovely map, in my opinion.
Well, it's definitely a hard map. I feel like there's some maps that are very linear, you know, easy to learn. Even noobs can be harder to, even intermediate players can be harder to deal with on these maps. But this map, I feel that there's a lot to be thought about here. There's a lot to do here. It's one of those maps that's pro, right? They put 2 techs on different opposite sides, right, of the map for each of the players, right? And they put gems in the center between the players, gems behind, and they put water in the middle, and they put 2 pathways.
Yep.
And they're like, go bash each other, good luck, right? So what do? Do you build off this tech? Do you defend this? Do you paradrop here? Do you try to go naval?
Yes.
It's a crazy map.
The possibilities are
crazy.
endless.
Yes, and those are the maps I like, right? Where the possibilities are endless.
True. And Bald mentioning that there is a wildcard match coming up in 2.5 hours between Usman and Heldro. So we're definitely gonna check that out. Wildcard for the RA2 World Championship tourney. So definitely interested in that.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. Again, Heldro definitely the favorite going into that. Heldro's a very, very strong allied RA2 player. We're gonna see if Usman, the unknown wildcard, is up for the challenge.
Let's see, Bald, who is streaming that? Is it MJ? Is it MJ's day today? Will Matt stream it?
Winner gets the misfortune of playing Genie in round 1. Yeah, but the winner also gets the fortunate, possibility of winning $50 in a random draw. So that's, all the winners of the wild cards will enter a random draw for $50. I assume we're going to do that as soon as the wild card rounds are over. And it sounds like Matt is going to be streaming this. All right, we got the drones out, we got the miners out. Let's see what is going on. So 3 miners for Mr. Ming Li here. Kwos on the right side. But Zain coming in with the rhinos, coming in with the pressure. Can Ming Li defend and, justify going an extra miner? We're about to find out. So far, he does manage to defend successfully. It might have been worth it to go the extra miner if he can defend this push from Zain. In the meantime, Zain does get his 3rd miner out, and Kwos coming in with a drone gets Zain's miner on the left there, so Zain now is droned as well. And Kwos looking like he's in a chill, nice position. He gets another refinery up top. 4 miners for Kwos, all of them on gems. He's in a nice position. Zain is about to save his miner.
We'll save it just in time. And sends it back with 1 HP back to work.
Chris, yeah. I mean, it's a legitimate question. It's all good. Yeah, so, radar out. Radar out. Let's see. I'm liking Kwos' position, bro.
Yeah,
I'm
liking it
liking
too.
Kwos's position. I
And he
think
was
Kwos, you know,
already on
sat up
radar
and
as
he
well.
said, yeah, yeah. And Battle Lab comes
And
out. Are we gonna
Battle
see
Lab
Navy?
also. Yep.
Are we gonna see Navy?
I would love
You
to see
know,
a Dreadnought on this map.
power
I've
drop
said it
top left.
before. Ooh,
Yep.
going for the
Going for the
refinery.
refinery. If he could snipe this refinery, that would be huge. This is Zane's fresh refinery on fresh gems. If he gets this, can he get it? Can he
He's
get it? Can
gonna,
he get it?
he's
Can he
gonna
get
get
it?
it.
Oh,
Yeah,
he gets
gets it.
Okay, but Zayn, sneaky, two rhinos on the right, gonna get a miner off of Kwos, or no, he
Saves it as
doesn't.
well.
No, he doesn't. Icy comes up for Kwos.
Kwos is
What are
way
we
ahead,
seeing here?
and he's not behind that far in tanks either.
Yeah, and the
brings
naval
it
yard
to-
is out. We are gonna see a dreadnought here very, very soon. Let's see what happens. Syndrome, you should be happy. You're getting your naval, huh? All right. Zayn desperately trying to push in here with the conscripts. Not sure what he can get done here. Kwos looking like he's on fire now. And, I mean, Kwos is broke. Where are Kwos's miners? Like, he definitely lost one or two. No, he's still on 4 miners like it was in the beginning. I guess he's trying to make a dreadnought here, which is why he's broke.
There's the Dreadnought.
There is the dreadnought, so he needs to start picking off the buildings. What's the first target with the dreadnought? Doofus, you're in this position. What's the first thing you shoot?
For the War Factory or
War
wherever it's-
Factory. I agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
So we're going to see if he does that. The problem is targeting that War Factory is going to bring him really, really close here, and it's going to put him in range of Zane's rhinos.
Oh, goes for
Going
the
for
oil
the-
refinery.
Interesting. That is going to be bad for Zane, but not immediately. And he gets the
double
War Factory.
Yep.
If Kwos can hold this, he wins, right?
Yep.
Right, Kwos, target the MCV, defend, and you're good. And you've won this matchup. Oh,
Oh,
and the
IC
IC
comes
goes
in, that's it.
down.
That's it.
Zayn
That's
is
the
in
final
big
blow.
trouble here.
Zayn
That
cannot
is
win
the
this
final
anymore.
blow. There is no way Zayn is coming back from this. And he's targeting the MCV. The Dread hits once. One more hit and it goes down. Zayn does get a War
GG.
Factory, but he calls
Yeah,
GG.
gets it.
Wow.
That's
Here
what
we
I
go.
wanted to see, Snark. That's what I got excited for this map.
Yeah, very, very nice map. And we saw, you know, different strategies, different builds. Kwos comes out on top. That extra miner at the start paid off. And the score is 5-3, ladies and gentlemen.
5-3 in this series. Alright, boys, we're gonna try to stretch the stream for another 2.5 hours so we can raid Matt. Let's go, boys. Next map. We'll go to the
Yo,
map
Lloyd.
generator again.
How's it going, Lloyd? How is everyone doing?
Is Lloyd in the chat?
Lloyd is in the chat.
Oh, I missed that. Sup, Lloyd? How you doing, bro? Let's see. So the next map will be Divide and Conquer. Get Shen in and make him play his friends on hack.
Yeah, that takes 2.5 hours. Shen's France on Heck. He will stretch from one side of Heck to the other with Grand Cannons.
I know Gene was trying to get Shen in here for to play Woody, but I'm not sure if that's gonna happen. So let's see. Divide and Conquer. It's gonna be the next map. So that's a map that everybody's familiar with.
Yeah, good old Divide and Conquer. Nice, simple, linear map. I feel like these simple ones favor Zayn.
Mm-hmm.
But we're gonna
Let me
see.
just check something out. I saw that the transition was not going good. Intro, my bad, boys. Okay, so we're back. So let's go. Divide and Conquer.
Divide and Conquer. Let's see what happens here, gents.
So we have Kwos top left, and we have Zain bottom right.
Indeed, we do.
I'm interested to see Soviet versus Soviet on this map. Yesterday we saw Andy play Woody, and That game, I thought Andy was gonna win it, but then Woody came out with a massive conscript army and just changed the whole outlook of that battle. That was really interesting
Yeah.
to see on this map. So that was the final match of that series. Risto, no problem, bro. Hey, hit me up on Discord, and I can make you one, and I can show you how to put it in OBS. No problem, dude.
Yeah. So standard start, scouting, dogs, whatever. Divide and conquer. You know, it's I guess it's in a Soviet versus Soviet. It's a micro map, right? It's less of a macro. There is macro, but the macro isn't that difficult here. I guess it's a micro map at the end of the day. Again, I still want to see someone, sneak in a mine or two after 4 war factories.
True. That Terror Drone battle.
Yeah, so here comes the
And
Terror Drone.
there go-
Oh,
they're straight
Zain
in
gets
from
his
Zain.
right in.
Yeah.
It was like no hesitation.
Nope, not a chance.
So we're gonna see if Kwos can do the same and get one of Zane's drones. Kwos does save his, gets the service depot up on time.
I think it's all about timing as well, right, Snark? I mean, you'll be really pissed off if you were halfway through building a war factory or halfway through building an ore refinery,
Oh.
and you have to cancel that building to make a service depot.
Indeed. Speaking of which, Zain does counter the drone very nicely. So
Yeah.
Zain doesn't get droned, Kwos does get droned. Kwos is going to be slowed down a little bit, but on the other hand, they're both on 5 miners, pretty even.
Mm-hmm.
Kwos does make another drone to try and get something done here.
6
Zain is now on
rounds.
6 miner. Yeah.
Yeah. So he really wants to get Zain to build that service depot just to put off his build order. And a 7 miner out for Zain. Drone went over the ore, and Zain gets the drone, snipe it.
Wow, so that's the second droning attempt from Kwos that has failed. Kwos, on the other hand, on 7 miners.
7 miners
Zain-
as well.
Also on 7 miners. They're both even
They're
though...
both even. And both on 2 war factories, so it's...
Yeah, I feel
It
like
doesn't
Zain
seem-
should be
yeah.
ahead.
I feel so as well. I mean, in the meantime,
But
Kwos
he's not.
did build a service depot. but
Service
the-
depot and 2 drones failed, right? That
Yeah.
Zain didn't have.
And they're still
So-
equal on rhinos as well. 4 rhinos each.
Yeah, but Zain sending 2 to the top here. Kwos needs to respond to that.
3rd war factory out for Zain. Same for
Third
Kwos.
for
Kwos
Kwos.
is just 1 second behind.
Yeah. Pretty damn equal.
Let's see here. We have a few tanks of Zain going in through the top. And they're gonna meet at the top.
Now let's see what happens
Goes for
here.
power. We'll get that power. Oh, leaves it at 2
No,
health.
he backs off, and I think again, not sure the power plant snipe is worth losing rhinos for, right? And he
No.
would have lost a few. We are getting a bit of lag here.
Lag spike.
Oh, and Zain walks right into Kwos's rhinos there in the center. Not good for Zain. He's gonna lose those rhinos for sure. So Kwos again looking like he's in a strong position here, and Kwos is already stretched down to the next ore patch, but Zain is moving in on Kwos. Can Kwos defend this?
Kwos is
Kwos
out
needs
of
to
place.
decide. Yeah,
And
Kwos's
another lag
decision
spike.
making. Kwos took a few seconds to decide what he wants to do here. Zain is already spamming drones. He knows he's going for a trade, and Kwos is going to lose all of his rhinos on the right side here. Can he get a miner or two before that happens? Kwos moves his miners back to try and save them.
Zain
And
did get 1
oh,
miner.
tank control, tank control. Kwos about to lose a few rhinos here for free.
For free.
Kwos on a 4th war factory here. So Zain does lose 1 miner, and his MCV is not sure where it's going, but okay. Lots of drones out here for Zain. This might have just flipped, boys. Well, let's see what happens. Okay, 2 drones do get in, and a miner from Kwos out of the war
mid-game miner.
factory.
Here we go, boys.
Mid-game miner, he felt that he could afford it, and he
Yeah,
makes
and
2.
Another one.
Another one.
Okay.
All right, Kwos, you
We
the
got
man.
Woody playing for for Kwos, boys.
Someone is living and learning.
Yep. I love it.
So let's see. Zain is going in. He's pushing in. The tank control from Kwos is pretty damn good. We're gonna see, but now though his tanks are in a line. He needs to group them up.
Yep.
Is this 2 miner build
Sentry
gonna
gun,
cost him the
sentry
game?
gun.
Yeah, I want to see sentry gun spammed for sure, but that miner was used as fodder, which puts him in the advantage,
Yeah, he
and
puts
Kwos
him
comes
in
out on
front.
top.
Yep.
Nice. So Kwos is now way ahead on
Wow.
miners and way ahead on tanks. Beautiful play out of Kwos there, ladies and
front,
gentlemen.
boys.
Beautiful gameplay out of Kwos there.
I thought
That's
Zain
how
was
you
ahead
do
him
it.
on moment. Yeah.
Yeah, so Kwos is now on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 miners. And Zain is on also quite a few miners. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 miners. So Kwos is 2 miners ahead at the moment. And he's spread out on more ore patches.
I
Not on
love
the same
the
amount of ore
confidence.
patches.
Just bringing out 2 miners just mid game while Zain is attacking. Let me build 2 miners. Why not? You know?
Yeah, I gotta agree with Balt. Balt is saying, Woody changing the entire Western community's RA2 play in one evening. And that's 100% true. I have never seen a series talked about so much, Doofus, as the series you hosted yesterday. Okay, they constantly, endlessly talk about it in the Yuri's Revenge Discord. They keep talking about it and arguing why was Woody winning, what was going on there, what was the meta. Marco played a series with Woody this morning. You should go check out his stream if you want to watch
Yeah,
that.
I have to rewatch that. I was sleeping.
And yeah, let's see what going on here. Zain pushing at the bottom, but Kwos splitting to the top right with a huge force. Can he defend and also push Zain in the top right? If he can, that would be insane. That means that eco advantage has paid off. Kwos pushing in the top right here. Looks like he's going to manage to defend. Can he get a few miners off of Zain
One
here?
miner.
And he's winning the tank
And
battle in
he's
the bottom
winning
left
at the
as
bottom
well.
left as well. Yep.
What is going on here? Has
3
Kwos...
miners, 4 miners. Zain sells MCV.
Did Kwos swap spots with Woody? Like, what's going on here?
Yep. This
All
is
of a sudden-
game. Wow.
Wow.
That was a
That
great
is-
gameplay.
Insane. That was insane. All right, so Kwos coming back, ladies and gentlemen. 5-4. He's catching up, and he is looking like a beast. It's like he shifted gears, and now he's ready to play.
That's right. I love it.
Yeah, I'll be back in a second.
See, so in the meantime, we're gonna pick our next map. It will be Yin Yang. Boys, so game number 10. This is a best out of 13.
Here we go. Money
J
talk.
Card with the bits. Thanks, buddy. So we have Zain top left and we have Kwos at the bottom right. Best out of 13 series. Valve is sponsoring the $2,000 World Championship Series, Lloyd. And this is a practice between Zain and Kwos, best of the 13. They are playing the Armageddon edit that was specially made for the tournament. I believe Balth is an astronaut or a desolator, one of the two.
All right. So Yin Yang, huh? That's the map that went out.
Yin Yang.
Okay, so this is the TE version, the Excalibur and Frank edit. Those two have edited, some of the classic old maps and turned them to more balanced and more pro. DMZ comes to mind, and a few others. This is one of their edits, and it's a very, very nice edit, that's for sure. And let's see what these players can do. So this map, was always an interesting one. There's on the one hand, it's left to right. On the other hand, there's a lot of cliff spots where you could go around, play tag, split up, and do some stuff. Now, same with Golden Waters. We mentioned this. Glowing Waters. We mentioned this, that 2 techs, one at the top, one at the bottom, forces you to be dynamic and, defend multiple places at once. It also gives your opponent many options to attack at once. So I love this map. Zain with the early pressure coming in here hot. What can Kwos do to defend against this? We got rhinos, we got drones. Let's see what Kwos' reaction is. His eco is going to be better, right? But Zain is going miners out of the war factory behind this sneaky Zain. He wants Kwos to think that he's Russian. Oh, but one of them...
And Zain's drone failed to catch that miner as well. So Kwos will be slightly ahead.
Meanwhile, so
Zain is on
Kwos
5 miners.
And so is Kwos. So Zain,
Kwos.
Zain went 2 rhinos and then he went 2 miners out of the war factory. So don't underestimate Zain. Zain knows how to catch up when he sees that his rush is not working. Gonna try and snipe the airport here. Oh, the drone. Kwos trying to micro kills the drone. Needs to target that rhino. Targets the rhino. Sends one of the rhinos to crush the infantry. Beautiful micro out of Kwos here. That's just great. That is just fantastic. And Kwos holds on very nicely. Very, very, very nice here. Kwos has shifted gears and he is looking like a beast. Split in the bottom left here. 2 rhinos going to head towards that airport and try and snipe it. There is one annoying conscript on top of Kwos' airport that keeps damaging it. Zain coming in at the top here. Kwos attacking the airport in the bottom left here. We're going to see if he can snipe that. And Zain going for the airport in the top right as well. So they might trade airports here. The airport in the bottom left goes down. And Kwos cannot defend his. So it goes down. Not perfect micro out of Kwos. He's not targeting the furthest back tank. Paradrop in the top left here. We're going to see if Kwos can do anything. But in the bottom right, Kwos is about to lose his oil. Does he lose it? That is unfortunate. And War Factory going to go down as well. Wow, so Kwos loses a war factory and is about to lose his oil. Lose oil and the refinery. Wow, sneaky para drops. It's just one more thing you have to constantly think about. Where did my opponent drop his conscripts? And if you don't notice it, because you're busy para dropping your own para drop and doing your own split, then it could snipe something of yours. 1 second, Doofus, I'll be right back.
No problem. It does look like Kwos has a tank advantage. Tries to go around, and now Zain is going straight for his base. So Kwos will be splitting. Half the tanks going towards Zain's base and half to defend. Ooh. And this attack fails by Kwos. Zain targeting the miner. The miner gets destroyed and this doesn't look good. Kwos does come out on top, of reinforcements has arrived.
Now let's see what he can do here. So Zain is on 3 war factories already. Very nice. Kwos is also on 3 war factories.
Kwos deadlocked the miner there in mid.
6 miners versus 5 miners. No, 6 miners as well. So they're both on 6 miners here. Zain does have map control, but Kwos has the bigger army here. Nope, Zain has 5 rhinos on the left here that I didn't see. He's trying to get that oil on top left, but those 2 sentry guns are definitely going to clean it up. There's no way he's going to get any damage done there. And Kwos moving his MCV, and these 5 rhinos coming in the bottom, but Kwos sees it and defends. Very nice. Nice map awareness, nice control. We're seeing very, very high level plays here. But Zain looking like he's in the stronger position. Kwos trying to position his MCV to expand to that orb patch. Not working well. He needs to move it a little to the top left there.
Can't
Still can't deploy it? Still can't deploy. Wow.
You get
That
rid of
just
some more.
that just sucks. And he's not getting the right order there, and he needs to go up to defend. Oh God.
Finally gets
Okay.
it deployed. Can he place a ore refinery next to it? We're gonna notice in just a bit. But he is taking the mid.
Yeah. So positioning here and Zain expanding again. You know, Zain gets that refinery in the top left. Very nice. And he's gonna expand again.
Yep, needs to get rid of the ore to place the ore refinery. Does place it though.
Yeah, gets it down there. So Kwos has expanded to that nice juicy ore patch, but again, it feels like Zain is in a stronger position here. Moves his MCV to the bottom left here, gonna get another ore patch. Kwos trying to split up top, but Zain, you know, counters it pretty nicely. And oh, three-way split. I didn't even see that. Bottom left, trying to snipe the MCV. I don't think he's gonna get it. But yeah, he needs to back off there for sure. And we're seeing some fancy moves out of these players here. Let's see. Zain looks like he has the larger army here. And then going to the bottom level here, if he goes to the right here, he might snipe a few miners. But he will lose, well, I guess it's positioning here. Let's see. Zain trying to push in over here. At the top, Kwos doesn't have enough things to defend that. Wow. All right, so constantly microing two groups. Zain going in, targeting the Rhinos, try to micro. Fodder comes in with the conscripts. Let's see if Kwos can win this battle. A lot of movement here.
That does go in again.
Okay, so Kwos comes out on top in that battle. Or not, my bad.
No.
Zain wins that battle. It looked for a second like Kwos was gonna win it. But Zain wins it, and Zain has a huge army coming in, way more than Kwos has. And it's looking pretty bad for Kwos at the moment. So he's going to try and defend that attack on the left here. He's bringing all of his rhinos in. And Zain is going to come in on the right here with only 3 rhinos to defend that. That's not going to be enough. It's all going to come down to the micro.
They are damaged.
Yeah, so Zain does back off on the right, does back off on the left. A lot of positioning and posturing here. Let's see what these players can do. So Zain, you know, with a bajillion miners, he's got 10 miners all over the place, just rich as all hell. 7k, Kwos broke, had to sell his MCV, and now sending his tanks in one in a line.
Yeah, it doesn't look good.
Oh, that hurts to watch.
And Zain goes in and cleans it up. Kwos says GG. And it's
So the
6-4 to Zain.
Yeah. 6-4. Even a trained monkey can execute that maneuver. Wow. Wow, GG, guys. So it's match point for Zain. If Zain wins the next game, he's won the series, he's won the $50.
Something wrong with my OBS, but I'm gonna check it later. So let's see.
Alright. So what's the next map, Doofus?
Let's see. The next map will be.
Drum roll.
I can't do 2 things at a time. So the next map will be Pirate Bay.
Pirate Bay. Interesting.
Will any of them go allied?
Interesting. Aiko, I appreciate the compliment, my man.
Here you go. Zain goes USA off the bat.
Yeah, so Zain switches to allied here. Interesting.
Boys, you
Pirate
don't know, but
Bay.
when we get big on Twitch, we're gonna hire Snark to be a full-time commentator, you know? When we start bringing in the esports money.
Yeah,
Alright,
so
boys.
Pirate Bay, a good map. Let's see. So Zayn switching to allied here, which is interesting. He is on match point, which means that if he wins this next match, he wins the series. Okay, let's get this party started. This should be interesting. Yeah, I'm with John. I'm with John. You know, Malibu Bay next map, maybe?
Malibu Bay, Armageddon edit. Let's go, boys. Definitely
Okay.
something wrong with my OBS, but I'm gonna check it out after the stream. So we have
So,
Zain on the left.
yeah, so
No,
Pirate Bay
Kwos
works.
on the left. Yeah.
Yeah, Kwos on the left, Zain on the right. Again, we're gonna see first energies usually go to the bottom ones, get that bridge repaired, oil, airport, and then the top. So another interesting map, right? So first of all, you force the players to capture tech that's really close to each other. Look at these airports; they're really, really close, right?
Yeah.
You get some gems in the center to have contention, right? And you have these long pathways, right? If you go to the top level, you're committing a long pathway,
Yeah.
right? Then there's the center pathway, right? Then there's the bottom pathway with the bridges, and then there's the naval pathway as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
So basically, there's 4 pathways going on here.
Will we see
and-
naval on this map? What do you think, Snark?
Well, yeah, I mean, if it's a long game and players, you know, see their money running out and they need to decide whether to tech up or not, I assume so. So we definitely might get naval here. I want to see on this sort of map. I like seeing players going in with a plan, right? I like seeing them going in, knowing what they're gonna do, having a straight plan, not just, you know, I'll build, I'll go, I'll do whatever. Like I want to plan like multi-war factory, naval yard, tech up. Let's see. So AFC Zain builds off the oil. He's gonna build down towards these gems, makes a barracks right after that. He wants to stretch towards these gems to get there fast. Rocketeer comes out for him, and Kwos with the Rhino out already on 3 miners. Here comes the Rocketeer, gonna go for the power plant here, gonna try and get Kwos low power. Kwos did make
Going
another
for the
power plant up
airport.
top, so he's not gonna get, yeah. Kwos trying to get the airport, the pillbox comes up. Kwos decides it's not worth it. And here comes the first power drop out of Kwos, so it goes down in the center there. We're gonna see Zane's first power drop in a second. We're gonna see where he decides to drop his. Now in Armageddon, GIs versus conscripts were balanced out so that they are equal. 1 GI is more or less equal to 2 conscripts, and you know, Kwos pushing in here hard, but the pillboxes come down, the power drop comes down, and Kwos needs to back off.
Well, he goes in.
And he decides
Gets
to
one
just
grizzly
go.
out of position.
Oh, nice micro out of Kwos there. Does need to back off, but he did get a few grizzlies and a few hits, which is very nice. So Zain has double power drop here, which is very powerful for that player. Rocketeer's gonna head to the top left here. We're gonna see what they can do. The flak track is completely out of position here, which is why Allied is good on this map. Either you're defending with flak cannons, or your flak track is gonna need to run up, down, left, right, and not really be able to go. Targeting the oil, I'm not sure about that. Oils are a little bit tanky. 4 Rocketeers, I would have targeted the power. Zain needs to back off. The flak track comes in, and Zain going in here with a Rocketeer split. He has 3 Rocketeers on the bottom, going for the oil there as well, and going for the airports at the same time with the Grizzlies. So Kwos desperately
both.
loses the airport. He's about to lose the oil.
Well, he's not noticing that the oil's being attacked, or he's broke. He can't repair. He's broke.
Wow. So he loses the oil on the bottom. He loses the airports. He does get 1 power drop off in the top right here, trying to spin oil here. And with the Rocketeer split, Zain going in with the Rocketeers at the top as well. That flak cannon way too far back, not being able to
Gonna
defend.
get an important oil refinery here.
Yeah, Kwos does get the oil in the top right, which is nice. But again, I think that Zain is in a strong position here. Zain's allied looking like a beast.
Yep.
Originally, I always thought of Zain as a Soviet player, but I'm not sure anymore. I am not sure anymore.
He has a lot of grizzlies as well. And the Rocketeer's going at the bottom. Where's Kwos' flag? They're at the mid. It's gonna bring them down.
Yeah,
A lot
pushing
of
in
GIs
here.
as well. Takes out
And
the
the
sentry like it was
Rocketeers.
nothing.
Rocketeers take out the War Factory.
Oh,
Kwos'
the
flak
flags out
tracks
of
are
place.
completely
Where
out
did
of
they go?
position. And down goes a power plant, and Zain just tearing Kwos apart piece by piece with these Rocketeers, splits, and para drops. Not looking good for Kwos, my man. Not looking good for Kwos.
Does bring out a tech lab. Battle lab out for Kwos. Is it gonna do? Is it gonna
Yeah,
make
but
any
Battle
difference
Lab
at this time?
Yeah, Battle Lab up for Zain as well, right? So, and these Rocketeers keep coming in, man. They're
Yeah.
gonna head here to the bottom and try to snipe something else. Kwos does notice it this time, sends his flak tracks to intercept. Gets a Rocketeer down, which is nice. Alright.
Mirage is out for Zain
Tanya.
and Tanya.
That's an interesting choice. What is that for?
This is the RA2 Tanya, so if the MCV gets undeployed, the Tanya cannot kill it. Or cannot,
Yeah, very true.
Yeah.
Chronosphere and Iron Curtain come up at the same time. So the Iron Curtain will be ready before Chronosphere refill time is longer. And
Where's
this time
Tanya
is
going?
I think Zain is worried about naval, or is he trying to cheese with his Tanya? I'm not sure. I guess we'll find out in a second. No naval out of any of the players yet, even though they're both teched up.
And I believe you can build multiple Tanyas, right?
Yeah, you can R2, you can make as many Tanyas as you want. They aren't as powerful. But that Tanya just...
That Tanya didn't do anything.
Well, she got a conscript. I think it's worthwhile building a Tanya to kill one conscript, right?
Yep, right. Just
Definitely.
for her to make an appearance, of course. Kwos has a AFK miner on top as well.
Zain losing his all of his flak. They're just AFK. He lost all of his Rockies. Yeah, so Zain can try and push in here, but Kwos has a scary big army, and the IC will be ready in 50 in-game seconds. So I don't think Zain can push this. Nice, putting a barracks up, gonna get a Desolator out of it. Very nice, Zain needs to back off. Okay, and Kwos pushing Zain back all the way to his base.
That make for a better IC. Go in, bro.
Yeah, he wants that IC to be really good, very useful. We're gonna see exactly when he decides to use it. He's going in here and uses the
There he
IC.
goes.
Doesn't get a lot of them, but still a very nice IC. Zain loses his entire army. He's forced to move the Mirage tanks, and we all know that when you move Mirage tanks, they're useless.
They're useless. They cannot attack move.
Yeah, so he is fighting under Rocketeers here, but Kwos comes up way on top, sending in his flak tracks,
Legionnaire.
positioning them next to the prison. Chrono Legionnaire to help out here, trying to save the Chronosphere by targeting it with a Chrono Legionnaire. The Chronosphere should be going down here. One hit.
One hit.
Target it.
One hit.
Target it.
Yep.
Okay, Chronosphere goes down, and Zain is looking like he's in big trouble here. Battle Lab is about to
Battle
go
Lab.
down. No more Mirages. AFC's about to go down. Whoa,
He's
the
doing
AFC
work.
goes down as well. Rocketeers are doing good. Elite Rocky, very dangerous in RE2. Very dangerous in RE2. Wow.
minute to the
So what does Zain
next
do?
IC.
What does Zain do? Because Kwos is threatening to push in at the top here. Zain mining those gems in the center, which I like.
And
One-
Kwos is gonna do the same with two miners. And all this time there is an AFK miner from Kwos at the top.
Rocketeers coming
Rocketeers
in, coming
at the
in.
top as well.
And look at that elite Rocketeer. It will melt things so fast.
Oh, takes down
Flak
the corner.
tracks. Not sure about that positioning. There is another flak track on the second level here, so he should be able to defend this, but that's a lot of Rocketeers. He targets. Oh, and the IC.
IC comes
Damn.
out.
So IC comes out. What is Kwos' target here? Looks like it's going to be the MCV.
Yep.
Gonna get it.
Gonna
Gets
get
the
it.
MCV. Very nice. Very nice. And what else can
That's
he
one
get
miner.
here? Okay, he's gonna lose all of his rhinos, but he,
Gives
Zain
away
lost
an
MCV, but he
elite.
gets an elite. He gives Zain an
gets
elite.
an
That's not good.
elite.
And a nuclear missile is out for Kwos. What on earth? Bruh. I'm not sure that's the best move to spend 5k on a nuclear missile at this point. But on the other hand, he does have the money for it. Rocketeer's heading to the top. Snipe that barracks.
Get it. A para drop back in the top left, near the IC. Kwos
Gotta do
sees
that
it.
power drop. But Zain pushing in here with the, with a GIs, the Elite, the Mirages, the Rocketeers, targeting the flat cannon, getting it down. So now these Rocketeers can do whatever they
40
want.
seconds till the IC.
40, 30, 20. Let's go, let's go. Kwos can hold on until the IC. He needs to use it, and it needs to be a really, really good IC. Uses the Desolator. It deploys. Down go the GIs. Desolator goes down. Then he's down to 2 Rocketeers. Well, he has a few more back at base. Another Paradrop comes in, uses the IC, rushes in. Zain retreats, but the Elite splits off. Very nice micro out of Zain. Brilliant. I love it. And Kwos goes all the way in, but with this Prison Tower and these Rocketeers, his Rhinos aren't going to get very far. And that Elite in Kwos' base, he needs to be careful there. These Rhinos going through the base here. Okay, that Hut's doing some serious damage here. What's his target? Going for the AFC again. And that Grizzly, man. That Elite Grizzly, he's targeting it now. He's going to get it. Targeting the War Factory as well. Okay, that Elite Grizzly goes down.
And
Gets the
nuke is
War
ready
Factory.
for Kwos as well.
Wow. And the nuke goes down on the last War Factory, which means that Zain will not be able to produce anything but infantry. He won't even be able to make Rocketeers. He sells the War Factory. And this is pretty much over. Kwos just needs to spam Flak Tract, and he is all good. And there is a
Kwos'
naval yard
game.
for Kwos as well. So it looks like Kwos is going to win this.
Another para off on top left.
Wow. Very, very nice.
Gets an elite flag track as well. Same calls GG.
Wow.
And
Okay, so the
Kwos.
score goes to 6-5.
6-5.
Doofus, these series never end.
I know, right?
What a great series. What an absolute fantastic series.
So we're going ahead to the map selector, or the map
Yeah, what's the
generator.
next map?
The next map will be Yellowstone.
Yellowstone, alright. Let's see if these players go for this map. Let's see which factions they choose here, Doofus. This is a pro map.
Yeah, it is.
This is a very, very pro map. Veto
Okay,
comes out of
Veto.
Kwos.
And I believe that was his last veto.
Yeah, he used one on, what was it?
He used it on. Let's see.
Tiger
it
Bay,
Rizzo?
right?
Or
Tiger Bay.
Tiger Bay, yeah.
Yeah, you veto my best map.
Alright, so we're going to the next map.
And the next map on the list is...
Country Swing.
Country Swing. Alright. Here we go. Country Swing. You can see Zain. Yeah, Zain switches to Soviet, which is what I was expecting. Kwos says nice map. I guess he likes this map. And, we'll see if Kwos can bring us to match point for both players. Maybe he can even out the score a little. Or will Zain just win it here? We're about to find out.
Let me just double check. Yeah, it was 6-4, so it's 6-5 now.
Oh,
A veto
big
by
vetoes.
Zain.
yeah. Kwos should not have said nice map. Because, Zain was like, wait, what's the score? Okay, I'll veto.
Alright, so we're back at the map generator, boys. We're gonna stay here all night. Let's see.
Back to the map then. And the next map is...
Dusk Ravine.
Dusk Ravine. Another very pro difficult map here. This is the RE2 version where the mech shops are replaced with airports. And let's see, Kwos cannot veto, and Zain loves this map, so it looks like they're gonna play. Zain goes allied.
Zain goes Allied USA. And Zain says nice. Oh, wow. Alright, boys, here we go.
Unfortunately. Let's see. So, Dusk Ravine. Good old Dusk Ravine.
This is the map I like so much because it's so symmetrical. Let's
Yeah,
see.
very symmetrical. Very
Zain
symmetrical.
top left. And indeed, the repair shops
Yeah.
are replaced by the airports.
Yeah, and again, you know, you don't see many maps that have the courage to, you know, start the players off not really in the corners, right?
Mhm. Yeah, true.
This is one map where they really don't start in the corners. The oils are in the corners, but the players are not. So both players are gonna get their AFC pretty damn fast.
Mhm.
And let's see what these players can do. Again, we're gonna see how fast these players can try and grab oils while microing all their units. They both get their bunkers. Well, Zain doesn't get his second bunker. He gets the one that's close to his base. Very important. The last thing you want is a insta move out of Kwos.
Going for the
Not
gems?
sure
Okay.
about that. Looks like Zain blocked him from getting the gems on the cliff here. And he decided to move his MCV, which is interesting. And he's going 0, so the pressure is real. Zain also going 0. Passing right by each other. Zain going right for the airport. And where does Kwos go? Zain does get a refinery down on that nice gems off the airport there. Kwos is heading into the base here. Zain moves his Grizzlies back to defend. Interesting opening here. Kwos should be building a refinery off that airport. I'm not sure why he's not. Power drop on the cliff. This is annoying. This is annoying.
In the meantime, Kwos gets the airport on the left side. So no more double barrel for Zain.
Nice. So Kwos snipes that airport there. And he's going to need a radar ASAP.
Yep.
Or he's going to be in
Yes.
trouble.
And now Zain is going to return the favor and take down that airport from Kwos.
Yeah, it certainly looks that way. That airport is
That's it.
dead, which means he
And
won't
no
be able to
refinery.
expand.
Nope, no refineries
Yeah,
for Kwos
so Zain getting that gem bonus. Kwos is not. I'm not sure what that decision came from, but Kwos is saying, okay, I don't want you to get those gems if I don't get my gems. So he's sending 3 rhinos over there to deal with that refinery. Zain, on the other hand, heading across the map for what looks like a serious offensive here.
Another Grizzlies as well.
Oh,
Splits them,
Zain.
though.
Yeah, Zain does sell the
Refinery, yep.
and
Sentry gun out, and Zain goes in.
not looking good for Kwos at the moment. He needs to get those rhinos that are sitting AFK on the left to do something. And his only war factory is about to go down. It goes down.
Yep.
And this is looking really, really good for Zain.
And those GIs doing work. Taking out the power. Barrick goes down.
Goes down.
Kwos is way back now.
And he was building a refinery. He didn't cancel it.
Nope.
Oh, God. Kwos, my man. You lose a war factory, you cancel everything, you make a war factory ASAP. Kwos moving his MCV again before war factory?
Misclick.
I think that was a mistake. Yeah, that was
He
a
cancels
mistake.
his war factory again.
Oh, God. This is not looking good for Kwos.
And more Grizzlies coming in.
Oof.
And the GIs.
And now Zain expanding. He's getting the bottom left oil. And I don't see how Zain loses this.
Moves MCV
Kwos?
again without war factory?
What the
What's going on?
Kwos, my man, my bro. What are you doing? What are you doing?
I don't know
What's
what's
going
going
on?
on. GG's called by Kwos. And it's all over.
Wow. Final score 7-5 for Zain. crazy series. There were a few games there where Kwos looked like he was invincible, and then Zain just took the win. Really well played by both of these players. I mean, they just played incredibly. Great series to watch. Very, very entertaining. That was just great.
It was great to watch.
That was just good. As usual, Doofus, thank you very much for having me. I really appreciate it. Always a pleasure. Keep up the good work, and I'll catch you later.
Of course. Thanks so much for joining us, Snark, with your
You're very welcome.
professional commentary as well. Love having you, bro. And
Appreciate
thanks,
it, man.
Spending your time with us today.
Catch you later, man.
Later. Alright, boys. So you've just witnessed Zain versus Kwos, best out of 13, Red Alert 2 Armageddon series.